Welcome to another part of Bell the Cat series with Om Bajaj. Today we will be looking at the AC problem which appeared in CAT 2024 DILR section. So let's get started. This is a purely reasoning question. For those who want to solve along, please pause the video as required. I'll start by reading out the problem. The air conditioner in a large room can be operated either in regular mode or in power mode to reduce the temperature. If the AC operates in regular mode, then it brings down the temperature inside the room, which we will be calling the inside temperature, at a constant rate to the set temperature in 1 hour. If it operates in power mode, then this is achieved in 30 minutes. If the AC is switched off, then the inside temperature rises at a constant rate so as to reach the temperature outside at the time of switching off in 1 hour. We also have some other information. The temperature outside has been falling at a constant rate from 7 p.m. onwards until 3 a.m. on a particular night. We also have a graph which shows the inside temperature between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. on that particular night. So let's look at the graph for a minute. We can see that at 11 a.m. the inside temperature was 38. At 11:30 it was 32. At 12 it was 26. At 12:30 it was 31, and so on and so forth. So we have all the temperature at the 30 minutes interval starting from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Now we know certain facts about the AC operation on that night. First is the AC was turned on for the first time that night at 11 p.m. The AC setting was changed. What do you mean by AC setting? It means including turning it on or off or setting to a different temperature only at the beginning of the hour or at 30 minutes after the hour. So we only need to consider 30 minutes of slots between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. No operation happened in between the 30-minute slots. Also, we know that the AC was used in power mode for a longer duration than it was used in the regular mode during this 3-hour period of time between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. Now, let's dig in how the actual AC is working. For example, let's consider in regular mode first. Let us assume the temperature at 9 p.m. on a certain night is 35 degrees, and I set the AC to 25 degrees in regular mode. According to what is given, it will change the temperature, the current temperature of 35 degrees to the set temperature in 1 hour. That means temperature will reduce from 35 to the set temperature of 25 on at 12 at 10 p.m. within an hour. Also, this particular rate of fall is constant. That means if the temperature is falling by 10 degrees in 1 hour, that means it will fall by 5 degrees in half an hour. That means at 9:30 the temperature would be 30 degrees in this case. Now let's consider the power mode. So let us assume this similar example. At 9 p.m. the temperature is 35 degrees and the AC is being set to 25 degrees in power mode. So in this case, as per the given information that we have, the temperature would change to 25 degrees within 30 minutes. That is at 9:30 p.m. Again, if I want to further decrease the temperature, then I can set the power mode to 15 degrees, for example. So at 9:30, that means at 10 p.m. it will change to 30 degrees, 15 degrees. So whatever the temperature it is being set to, within 30 minutes, it reaches that temperature. Now let's look at when the AC is switched off. So again the same case, at 9 p.m. the temperature is 35 degrees inside the room and the temperature outside is 45 degrees. Now in this case, if I switch off the AC, then the temperature will rise steadily from 35 to 45 degrees within an hour. So within an hour, temperature will rise by 10 degrees. That means within half an hour, the temperature will rise by 5 degrees. So the temperature at 9:30 would be 40 degrees inside the room. Now, to solve this problem, we are making an assumption that AC is only being used for cooling and not for heating. Why we are making this assumption, you will get to know shortly. For those who are solving along, if you have the hints that you need to solve this problem, please pause the problem right now because next information will be solving the problem actually. Now I have what I have done is I have tabularized all the information that we have. So we have all the temperatures for all the half an hour slots inside temperatures. For example, at 11 p.m. The inside temperature is 38. Now, what we will be doing is we will be determining what possible actions were performed on the AC to reach all these inside temperatures. So we'll start at 11 p.m. So at 11:30 the temperature is 32 and at 11 the temperature is 38, and we know that we first switch on the AC at 11 p.m. So what possible actions could we have performed to reach the temperature of 32 by 11:30? First option we could take is we could change the setting to regular 26 degrees. That means within an hour the temperature will reach to 26, but within half an hour the temperature will reach 32, as we already know how the AC is working now. This action can also be performed by making the setting as power 32. So if I make the setting as power 32, within half an hour this will reach 32. So both of these actions will suffice this particular situation. Next at 11:30 the temperature is 32 and at 12 the temperature is 26. So to make this operation make this change from 32 to 26, what options can we take? First option that we can take is we can keep the AC on regular mode which was there previously and continue it on 26. So in next 30 minutes the temperature will change to 26. Or what we can do is the power setting is 32, we can reduce it to 26 so that by 12 a.m. the temperature reaches 26. These are the two possible actions that we can take. Next, at 12 a.m. the temperature is 26. Now, remember what I said. We are only using the AC to cool down the room, not to heat up the room. I can change it to power 31 and still increase the temperature, but that would be nuisance. So, as per the assumption, we'll be only using the AC to cool down the temperature, not to heat up the temperature. So now the what we have to do to increase the temperature, we'll have to switch off the AC. So we'll have to switch off the AC at 12 a.m. Next, what we can do is at 12:30 the temperature is 31. So the temperature has risen by 5 degrees within half an hour. If the AC would have been switched off till 1 a.m., then the temperature would have increased by 10 degrees in another half an hour. So, what we know about the outside temperature at 12 a.m. is that could be more than 10 degrees by 26. So, that would be 36 degrees. Next, at 12:30 the temperature is 31. and at 1 a.m. the temperature is 26. So, what all different settings that we can use to reach this temperature of 26? First is we can change the AC setting to regular 21, and another option is using it at power 26. So once the AC is in power 26, within half an hour this will reach the temperature of 26, or if the AC is on regular 21, that will also change it to 26 at 1 a.m. Similarly, at 1 p.m., 1 a.m., the temperature is 26, and at 1:30 the temperature is 30. That means we will be switching off the AC. Again, as the temperature has risen by 4 degrees in half an hour, so in 1 hour it will rise by 8 degrees. And 8 degrees should be the temperature of outside the room at 1 a.m. than inside the room. So the temperature outside would be 34 degrees. Next, at 1:30 the temperature is 30 degrees, and at 2 a.m. the temperature is 28. So what possible actions that can be taken are: one is changing the regular temperature to 26, or changing it to power 28. Now we know that the temperature outside has been falling at a constant rate, and we know that the temperature at 12 a.m. was 36, at 1 a.m. was 34. That means every 1 hour the temperature falls by 2 degrees, and every half an hour the temperature will fall by 1 degree. So using this ratio we can calculate all the possible outside temperature values. Now let's consider the possible actions those were performed. First of all, we are operating the AC in 4 slots of half an hour each. Slot number 1 is 11 p.m. slot, then 11:30 slot, 12:30 slot, and 1:30 slot. So out of these 4 slots, since we are using the power mode more than regular mode, so power mode has to be at least be there in the 3 slots, or all the 4 slots. We cannot have power slot only in two of these slots. Power mode cannot be used in only 2 slots, because if we use power mode in 2 slots, then regular mode will also be 2 slots. Then power mode will not be for more duration than regular mode. So power mode has to be there in at least 3 slots or all 4 slots. Now we know that during 11 p.m. and 12 a.m., if we keep the regular 26, then we'll have to keep it for complete 2 slots. Otherwise, we'll not be able to reach the temperatures that are given us to us in this situation. Hence, we cannot use regular for one complete hour, because that would be 2 slots. So, between 11 p.m. and 12 a.m., we'll have to use only power mode for those 2 slots. So, let's now see what are the possible options that we have. So we know that between 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. and 12 a.m. we will have to use only power mode. So these are the only options that we have in all the possible sets. Now we can use power mode in all 4 slots also. So we will be the first set would be using power mode for all the required operations. In set 2, we'll be using one regular slot. Let's make it the 12:30 slot first. And in set 3, we will be making the regular mode in 1:30 slot. So these are the 3 different possible sets of power and regular mode that we can use, which will adhere to the temperature pattern that we have been provided with. Now let's have a look at the questions. So the first question is, how many times the AC must have been turned off between 11 p.m. and 1:59 a.m. So we know that the AC was being switched off in all the possible cases at 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. So the answer is option B. Next question is, what was the temperature outside in degrees Celsius at 1 a.m.? So we know that the temperature outside at 1 a.m. was 34 degrees. That's the answer. What was the temperature outside in degrees Celsius at 9 p.m.? So we know that the temperature has been falling continuously since 7 p.m. till 3 a.m. So, and we know that the temperature decreases by 2 degrees every hour. So at 11 p.m. the temperature was 38. So at 10 p.m. the temperature would have been 40. At 9 p.m. the temperature would have been 42 degrees. Next is, what best can be concluded about the number of times the AC must have been either turned on or the AC temperature setting has been altered between 11 p.m., 11:01 p.m. and 1:59 a.m. So we know that it's 11:01 p.m. So we'll have to ignore the 11 slot values. So we'll start from 11:30. So in set 1, we know that we have changed the AC from power 32 to power 26. So that counts as one setting. Then at 12:30, we switched it from off to on for either power 26 or regular 21 modes. So that's the count 2. And at 1:30, we again turned it from off to one certain value, so that is again the 3. So this has been done exactly 3 times at 11:30, 12:30 and 1:30. So the answer is option D. Then we have this, what was the maximum difference between temperature outside and inside between 11:01 and 1:59? So we know that the difference between outside and inside temperature at 11:30 was 5, at 12 was 10, at 12:30 was 4, at 1 was 8, at 1:30 was 3. So the maximum temperature difference is 10 degrees at 12 a.m. So answer is 10 degrees. So this was all about this particular problem. So keep studying hard, keep thinking smart, and for more such solved problems, subscribe to this channel. Until then, stay motivated, stay focused, and we will see you again in next episode of Bell the Cat series. Till then, thank you so much.